Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're going to cut straight through the buzzwords and show you exactly how to transform your daily AI operations. Look, we hear the word agents literally everywhere today, right? Agentic coding, agentic workflows, complex systems. And for most business owners and knowledge workers who aren't software developers, it just sounds incredibly intimidating. But today, we are going to completely demystify all of this. We're going to build a crystal clear, actionable roadmap to upgrade your business operations, from basic, everyday chatbots all the way to fully autonomous agentic systems. And we're going to do it without writing a single line of code.
So we'll climb this evolutionary staircase together across 6 quick steps. We'll start with the AI agent roadmap, look at level 1 and 2 automation, move up to level 3 agentic workflows, hit level 4 agentic AI systems, talk about building local memory systems, and finally wrap up with the no-code system setup. We're going to trace a single, really practical case study, content repurposing, across these 4 distinct levels of autonomy. By the end of this, you'll see exactly where your business sits right now, which software tools you actually need to level up, and most importantly, where you get your time back for the highest ROI.
Section 1. The AI Agent Roadmap. Let's start with a high-level view of how we progress from getting simple advice to running fully autonomous operations. What's really fascinating here is how the tools themselves evolve. At level 1, we have our familiar chatbots, your ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. It's essentially just a browser tab, right? Level 2 moves us into AI workflows, using tools like Zapier or Make.com, which introduces some basic automation. But then, we make a massive jump. Level 3 brings in agentic workflows with tools like Claude Code and Cursor. And finally, at level 4, we reach full agentic systems using frameworks like Agentic OS or OpenClaw. Notice how the autonomy completely scales up here. As we move down this list, the AI goes from giving you passive suggestions to actively managing entire tasks for you. Section 2. Level 1 and 2 Automation. Let's look at how content repurposing, like taking a YouTube video and turning it into social posts, looks at the very foundation of our staircase.
So at level 1, you're doing a lot of the heavy lifting. You manually paste a video transcript into a chat window, you ask for a LinkedIn post, and the AI writes something fine. I mean, maybe it has way too many emojis, but it's okay. But here is the critical flaw with level 1. It completely lacks your brand context. It doesn't know your audience, it has no idea what you posted last week, and it certainly doesn't know that your carousels outperformed your text posts last month. The AI is purely passive. It gives you a static draft, takes zero real action, and relies entirely on you to push the buttons and supply the context manually every single time.
Now, moving up to level 2 automation feels like absolute magic when you first set it up. Using tools like Zapier or N8, you set a trigger, a new video goes live, the workflow automatically pulls the transcript, sends it over to Claude with a hard-coded prompt, and drops the draft right into your scheduling tool, hands-free. But you gotta remember, the workflow cannot actually think. What if the video topic is highly contrarian and actually much better suited for a snappy Twitter thread instead of a long LinkedIn post? Well, the workflow doesn't care. It blindly runs the exact same steps in the exact same order every single time.
Section 3. Level 3 Agentic Workflows. This brings us to a major shift in operational ROI. And it's where you finally start getting serious time back.
This is the turning point right here. At level 2, you are the architect, micromanaging the exact steps. But at level 3, the model actually decides the execution path based on your ultimate goal. You simply open a tool like Claude Code and tell it, hey, turn this week's video into content for LinkedIn, Twitter, and my newsletter. That's it. The model reads your brand voice file, evaluates the transcript, and decides on its own that a highly visual topic needs a LinkedIn carousel, while a contrarian point needs an X thread. It's actually doing the thinking, not just mindlessly doing the work.
The engine making this brilliant shift possible is called the REACT loop. That stands for reason and act. Instead of these infinite, rigid, messy logic loops that you'd have to build out in a traditional automation tool, the system handles the complexity itself. It reasons about what to do, acts on that reasoning, observes the result, and iterates. It literally checks its own work against your brand guidelines and rewrites anything that fails the test before it even shows it to you. How cool is that?
To pull this off, tools at level 3 use something called a harness. Now, a harness is simply the infrastructure wrapping around the AI model. Think of it as what elevates a basic chatbot from being stuck in a browser into a powerful tool capable of executing real work directly on your computer. With a harness, the AI can read your local files, run commands, call other tools. It's the bridge that turns an AI's internal thinking into actual tangible doing.
Section 4, Level 4, Agentic AI Systems. So Level 3 is incredibly powerful, sure, but it's still just one agent focused on one task in one terminal session. Let's look at Level 4, where we introduce an entire coordinated team running your operations.
With a Level 4 Agentic AI system, you aren't running separate prompts for every little task. A single command triggers your entire content engine. The system autonomously extracts and ranks the best short-form clips. It builds platform-specific carousels with the exact right visual dimensions. It drafts your weekly newsletter, and it even writes targeted ad copy based on angles that performed well for you in the past. Everything is coordinated and queued directly into your scheduling tool. Guys, this is literally enterprise-grade automation, but built for a small business.
To manage all these different tasks without getting horribly confused, Level 4 systems use skills. Think of a skill as just a specific folder of instructions for a dedicated task, like exactly how to write a LinkedIn carousel or how to extract video clips. The system only loads that specific folder when it's actively working on that exact task. These skills ensure the AI doesn't bloat your context window or cost you an absolute fortune in API tokens, keeping the whole operation incredibly sharp, focused, and efficient.
Next up, we have MCP, or Model Context Protocol. I know, it sounds highly technical, but MCP is really just a standard plugin system. It's the technical bridge that lets your agentic harness reach out and actually talk to the real world. It plugs directly into your scheduling platforms, your analytics dashboards, or your CRM, so your AI can take action outside of your local computer. Section 5, Building Local Memory Systems. Let's look at how this builds long-term intelligence. Because let's be real, if your AI starts with amnesia and builds from scratch every single session, it's never going to truly scale with your business. Setting up a local memory system sounds like you need to build some massive, complex database. But here is your actual step-by-step plan. Step 1, create a simple text or markdown file detailing your brand rules and dropping in a few examples of your best past posts. Step 2, put that file into a designated folder on your computer. Step 3, grant your agentic system access to read and update it. That is literally it. The system will now carry context between sessions, learning what subject lines get the best open rates, and compounding its knowledge over time.
Section 6, the no-code system setup. For any business owners out there who are feeling intimidated by developer jargon like harness engineering or model context protocols, it is time to pull back the curtain and show you the reality.
Listen to me. You do not need to know how to code to achieve this highest level of ROI. All that fancy terminology we hear is mostly just front-end framing. The no-code reality is that, underneath it all, this entire system is just files and folders. A skill is just a text file. Your memory is just a text file. It is simply about giving the model access to the right file, in the right folder, at the exact right time.
The source material for this explainer hit the nail on the head with this quote. Organizing something like this is actually closer to building a Notion workspace out than it is to writing code. That line right there is a massive sigh of relief for every knowledge worker out there. If you can organize folders on your desktop, or if you can set up a Notion page, you can absolutely build and direct a Level 4 Agentic AI system to run your operations. But a quick word of caution. The idea of set it and forget it is a total myth. By design, you absolutely must keep a human in the loop. Even at Level 4, you remain the editor-in-chief of your business. You place your review at the input stage or at the final output stage. The AI is going to do 95% of the heavy lifting, the drafting, the checking, the formatting, but absolutely nothing gets published without your final human approval to ensure it meets your quality bar.
So this roadmap proves that achieving profound operational efficiency is well within your grasp, completely regardless of your coding skills. You can move from static chatbots all the way up to a coordinated team of AI skills living right there in your local folders. So the question I want to leave you with today, which level of AI autonomy is currently running your business right now? And what is your immediate next step up that staircase to reclaim your time? Think about it. Take a hard look at your workflow and start organizing those files.